Hi, I'm Jim from AWS. In this session, we demonstrate VM migration. Both AWS and AWS partners provide a number of workload migration tools. We briefly described those tools in the previous video session. In this demo, we use AWS Server Migration Service tool. AWS Server Migration automates the migration of on-premise VMware servers to the AWS cloud. The Server Migration Service provides a simple migration process. It has incremental replication capability to minimize cutover time. It is also capable of performing concurrent multi-server migration for migration efficiency. This diagram shows the functional components and the VM migration flow of the migration service. The Server Migration Service uses a connector in the vCenter environment to capture and upload the VM volumes to AWS S3 bucket. In the AWS environment, the Server Migration Service converts replicated VM volumes to AMI, which can be launched as an EC2 instance in the AWS cloud. The server migration takes 3 steps. First, configure the Server Migration Service. In the vCenter environment, we configure the Server Migration Service connector. On the AWS side, we configure IAM role and user with permissions for the connector to access S3 and SMS to operate on VM conversion and AMI image creation. Second, let the Server Migration Service to replicate the VM volumes from vCenter environment to AWS cloud. Third, validate the migrated VM by inspecting the AMI image and creating EC2 instance. Now let's go through the demo. This is a Server Migration Service dashboard. There's one connector running in the data center. On the console, from the connector screen, we can see the connector IP address, the current connector status, the host management IP, etc. Now we are logging onto the vCenter environment. Here's the SMS connector. This is the connector IP address as what we saw from the AWS console. Here is a Linux Ubuntu VM we are going to replicate to the AWS cloud. Let's check server catalog to prepare for VM migration. As the console message indicated, there's no information about the servers or VMs in the data center at this point. We need to import server catalog from the data center. We simply select the Import Server Catalog tab and confirm the import. Wait for a little bit time. Here's the list of servers the Server Migration Service just collected from the data center through the connector. We can see 2 VMs here. A Windows VM is in the active job state for migration. The other is the Ubuntu VM. Its job state is terminated, which means its previous replication job was terminated and is not in the migration state currently. Select the Ubuntu VM for migration. Let's set up the VM replication. We want to start the replication run immediately. Let's set the replication period to every 24 hours. Specify SMS for the IAM service role. As explained earlier, the SMS role is for granting the connectors access to AWS S3, letting the service operate on the volume snapshots and AMI image in AWS. Click Next to review the replication setup we just went through. It looks correct. We create this replication job. We now monitor the replication job through the console. Upload. The replication process is at the stage of uploading the captured VM volume to the AWS S3 bucket. The upload time depends on the volume size and processing speed, especially network bandwidth. Converting. Now it's at the stage of image conversion. Creating AMI is the last stage. Each replication run produces an AMI image which contains the latest content of the VM running in the data center. Since this process may take some time, we pause the demo recording. The AMI image has been created. Let's check the AMI image using the AWS EC2 console. Search the AMI by ID. Here it is. The description is actually the replication job description we specified when configuring the replication. Let's give a name for this AMI image. Now we come back to the Server Migration Service dashboard. We can see the completion time of the replication job and the next run start time. Now the replication job is at the scheduled stage for the next run of replication. We can validate the migration process just finished by creating an EC2 instance from the AMI image. Let's do that. First, choose an instance type. Configure the instance. Name this instance. Create a security group. We only need SSH access to the instance. Select an existing key pair for SSH. Launch the instance. Let's log on the instance through SSH. The VM we migrated from the data center now runs in the AWS cloud. We just demonstrated AWS Server Migration Service. Thanks for watching.